banks are very, very careful, and like the banks are very conservative. And if a central bank says no, or if a central bank punishes them, like they punish Signature for being over involved in crypto and like thinking that that's like too risky business.
Your host, Dardon Bella, and
Michael Urinson.
So, guys, we're going to get straight into this in today's episode with a bunch of major news. So, it's currently Wednesday, January 29th, and we actually are going to be making a correction that me and Mikkel didn't do too deep research on the last article that came out, but we ended up finding a mistake. It wasn't 75,000 Ethereum, actually, that World Liberty Financial was holding. They ended up just accumulating and making a purchase of 39,242 Ethereum.
Today.
Yeah, just today for approximately 129.95 million at an average price of 3,312 per Ethereum token. So this brings the total ETH holding for World Liberty Financial at 59,452 tokens, valued at around 189.16 million. In other breaking news, the head of the Czech Central Bank wants to buy billions of dollars in Bitcoin. So the central bank head is pushing to invest 5% of the nation's 146 billion reserve in a Bitcoin. Just think about what that's going to do and open up opportunities for all the other banks that are going to want to
5%
potentially.
is big.
To be great for you to touch up on, Mikkel. You come from owning a bank. I know this has got to be huge news.
Great that it's not only US speaking about it right now, that it's like the virus is spreading across the globe. Now the Czech Republic is ready to jump on that sheep. I'm thankful that we're finally gaining that great momentum.
You know, another thing that's really cool when you think about cryptocurrency, you know, when you travel around the world and you have euros, I'm uncertain what the currency is in Russia. What's the currency?
Ruble.
Okay, ruble. So it's like each and every single country has their own currency. But the great thing about crypto is it unites us as people, because Ethereum's Ethereum. If I go to China, if I go to Russia, if I go to where I'm from, Kosovo, Ethereum is Ethereum.
Yep.
It's a nation, I guess you could say a national currency, international currency that's worldwide can be accepted. So I think it's really amazing to see how that levels the playing ground, such as like, you know, when you go
And
to...
the nations were never been able to agree on anything like that. And while crypto solved that problem as well.
That is just insane to think about.
Decentralization on one end and globalization on the other end.
And really just think about the impact that has for... Think about like third world countries where their currency might not be as prominent as the US dollar or
and
prominent
is
as all these other
fluctuating,
things.
or the inflation is killing it.
100%. So it's like being able to level the playing ground just ended up solving a lot of problems. It's an insane solution. It's phenomenal. So
big round of applause to head of Czech Central Bank. Hopefully it goes through fast.
And you
smart
know,
decision, very smart decision.
Talking about banks, this actually leads to the Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. He stated that banks are free to service crypto clients provided they effectively manage the associated risks. So that means that now they ended up giving, again, they're giving banks the liberty to at least manage these assessed risks and offer as a service beforehand. You know, this was not something that was easily accessible, easily offered. It was kind of this black and gray area. People didn't know what to do.
This is a huge one because the banks are very, very careful, and like the banks are very conservative. And if a central bank says no, or if a central bank punishes them, like they punish Signature for being over involved in crypto and like thinking that that's like too risky business, and basically just had to switch the ownership of the bank because the bank was almost went bankrupt due to that. Those speculations were clearly speculations, like nothing to back it up, and very bad case was it. And this is huge, and banks just like were very scared, like very limited, and like the banks hated all the crypto related transactions. And like, I mean, I'm sure it's such a big nightmare for crypto companies to open accounts, and like, that would so like if they actually take some actions, not like, well, like, I mean, I don't think honestly that Jerome Powell just stating that is enough, but like if they make a more clear actions in that direction and adopt some more clear regulation and instructions for the banks, that will be big.
Yeah, and another thing, speaking on Jerome Powell, is during his speech following the FOMC meeting, Powell added the threshold has been a little higher for banks engaging in crypto activities, and that's because they're so new. And that's true for a lot of people. Just think about the older generation, all these other individuals that are just now starting to get the crypto is just right now you're starting to see it in the mainstream news media. Now, with that said, it's been obviously in mainstream media for quite some years, but right now we're starting to really see it shed in a different light that hasn't been done before. Prior, when they were showing cryptocurrency in major news media outlets, it was always with uncertainty. There was always trying to have this backlash and
Or
negativity.
make fun of it.
Yeah. Or it's a scam. It's not real. What is this? What's the utility? And fast forward, it's like everybody's eating their words. I definitely agree with what they're doing right now. I'm looking forward to see how the other banks outside of Czech Central Bank reacts, and seeing if this ends up getting a new influx of individuals coming in and investing into the cryptocurrency realm. So, I'm gonna let Mikkel kind of come in with the Fed holds interest rate here, since again my man here, he's telling a bank that is insane to me, brother.
So the good news today, kind of like nothing really like unexpected happened. So, and that's always good in that world, in the world of like central banks and like long-term policies. So everyone kind of like expected already that it will be like the expectations were properly built up during the last meeting, where the reaction was highly negative and the market dumped. But this time, the kind of like it seems like that market took into that. Since market kind of look forward and looks past and beyond the current news in the future. It was more reading into what was the forward-looking guidance and expectation. We were expecting high volatility. I mean, for now, it's definitely not, the market is not showing, I guess, the volatility that we saw in the beginning of the week, that big decrease on DeepSeek news left everyone emotions empty,
Yeah.
and the people are, and the market is not ready for any new roller coasters.
Not at this moment. This leads us on to other major news. Trump Media unveils fintech brand Truth.Fi to invest in crypto and ETFs. Truth social owner Trump Media and Technology Group announced on Wednesday that it plans to expand into financial services and potentially buy Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. It plans to launch a fintech brand called Truth.Fi and to introduce investment vehicles that will focus on American growth, manufacturing, energy, and the patriot economy per se.
All that Trump loves.
Exactly. Oh,
Favorites. Top favorites.
100%. So to diversify the company's cash and cash equivalent, basically what they did to diversify the company's cash and cash equivalent reserves of over 700 million as of December
Not bad.
31st, 2024.
They know how to make money.
Oh yeah, and they're crushing it. They're
Trump
crushing
Media
it.
and Technology, 700 million just in reserves.
That is ridiculous.
That's an interesting
And-
conversation at the investment community. What are we going to do this year with $700 million of reserves?
You know what's crazy? I just imagine them in this really big office setting, and it's just like a big whiteboard,
Mr.
and
Trump,
it's like
Mr. Trump.
Bitcoin, like
Bitcoin,
a lot of this, like buy this. That's kind of what I'm imagining went down. They're like, imagine we took everything here and put it here, like. But the board had approved the investment of up to 250 million to be custodied by Charles Schwab. So the
So
press
it
will note
basically
it.
means that Charles Schwab will be managing the fund, because Charles Schwab having infrastructure and everything. So like, because they obviously Trump Media and Technology, it's not specializing in opening wallets, putting
No.
the money in exchanges, then for using DeFi protocols and like the staking, and that's what Charles Schwab does on professional basis. So basically, they hired them to be a custodian. They basically transferred 250 million in their custodian account at Charles Schwab, and now Charles Schwab will be doing management for them in
Jesus.
accordance with the provided instructions.
I'm not gonna lie, Mr. Swab's
I
not too
wonder if
bad.
Mr.
Not too
Trump, I wonder if
bad.
Mr. Trump was personally reviewing instructions for custodian bank. If anyone was watching today or after or now, like it, repost, let people know, because like that's one of the very important things now when we just start to get some attention. So we're kind of like not doing it just for ourselves, just for our own entertainment, but also getting some alpha to you guys and to broader community. Obviously, any feedback would be very extremely important as well.
1000%. We're gonna move on forward to our next topic.
So now it's a good time to do some introduction to our current portfolio and what we are watching it. While we see the market kind of like stabilizing at that level, um, if any of you are considering opening some positions, again, none of it is exactly a financial advice. We're just saying, telling you what we're looking at and what we're doing right now. We're definitely in an uptrend, in a pretty strong uptrend, in accordance to regression analysis on a 200. We have 0.9, which is a very, and graphically we could both see that numerically that it's a pretty strong indication of an uptrend. Same is confirmed by Ichimoku Cloud. Nothing kind of changed in the Ichimoku sense since we last looked at it on Monday. Everything remains in a good position. Both the forward-looking cloud indicator, the signal indicator, and it's not like overextended. Like for example, like here it was getting already overextended, and the lines were spread. The averages were spread very widely. Here they're kind of in a parallel mode, and that's why I'm saying that that might be a good entry opportunity, because like the indicators are definitely lining up for that. The volatility factor is now out. So I wouldn't go too crazy on it, because again, it's high levels. The prices are elevated already, and the growth potential might be not too tremendous. So I don't expect it to go higher than 120 on this leg. But I mean, there is a good 10 to 15 potential growth potential that could come in shortly. On the other hand, we might continue to see consolidation, because I was doing some analysis actually yesterday on my other screen, which is a bit more complicated with a bit more lines, but I was just generally basically trying to understand how long the last one lasted, the last consolidation lasted, and the last one lasted around 230 days, so like basically more than half a year. And now we only have a 70 days of consolidation, and basically that's only the second touch what we could see right now on this graph as well, that this is only the second touch. And I mean, usually at those levels it might take longer. So like what you could see kind of right here, like with that angle and with that type of like trend that we could see here right now, it might take up to like basically late March. The consolidation might continue. It wouldn't be something abnormal to see if the consolidation continues somewhere to late March, which would bring it to around basically 120 days and something of that sort. And in this time, we might see some more breakdowns and some more fell of the and some more price drops to 90 or even below 86 $1,000 ranges. I don't see any signs of that for now. Again, I think that some volatility is out, and I generally think that even though the price is a bit price levels are a bit elevated right now, and I would rather buy on those drops to 90 and 86 zone. Personally, I'm not trading Bitcoin right now because in case I would be buying, as I said, in case it drops down to at least to preferably 91 to 86 zone. I don't think it will be. It might be very short drops into that zone. So I don't like to put the orders in before because just in case the drop is caused by something unexpected, for example, and it might continue to go down. So I mean, I might not be able to get it at those levels, but like 90 seems to be like more reasonable in terms of like um, regaining the Bitcoin positions. Ethereum, I'm reconsidering more seriously, but not at those levels. I'm still pretty pessimistic on in terms of what I see on the graphs for the Ethereum. If we look at luxalgo, the price action analysis, um, the picture is kind of the same. So if the Bitcoin trade continues to stay in, and it was entered around 100K, and it's been in for like probably like what since 17th of January for 2 weeks. The Ethereum trade is out, and I'm confirming the luxalgo price action reading. We're trading right now in the on one hand, this is a strong support, but like if that support is broken, then there is a problem for Ethereum, because if that support is broken, the next serious support is at 2,400, and it might go there. That's why I'm definitely don't think that now it's the time, but I'm looking at what Ethereum is going to do here with that trend line. Um, I'm definitely need more conviction. I definitely need more conviction. I definitely need at least some indicators showing me the buy. For now, the only indicator, like I mean, we're still in an up channel, but like this channel is not as strong as the one that we was just looking on Bitcoin. So the upper channel here is only 0.5, so at least like twice less strength in terms of strength of the trend, of an uptrend. And on the other hand, we're well below the red line. And like, I mean, for now, we're trending down with low lows and no higher highs. So I definitely at least want to see a break of that trend line. Most likely, I want to see, again, either retesting. It's just with Ethereum, sometimes it breaks aggressively through the trend line, like here. But again, it usually, even like with such a strong move like here, was after the presidential election, it still stopped, came back to the trend line, and like you miss part of the move, but like this is more saver point to buy in, and like here there was like another nice leg of like 30% of growth that you were which we were able to get, but the trade was more conservative. Um, so here I'm definitely looking at least at some signs of stabilization and some signs of the trend break. For now, the trend looks pretty negative to me. And Ichimoku is showing no entry, and the entry indicator of Ichimoku is for both forward looking and entry indicators are bearish. MACD is bearish, Awesome is bearish, and Ichimoku escalator trying to turn here, but I mean, it just doesn't look convincing yet. So still waiting on Ethereum. I personally, again, as I said before, for me it's a bit too expensive right now, even though I understand there is some excess left in it. And some people are putting like $1,000 target to Solana for the end of bull run. But I'm a bit I just don't like to buy at those elevated levels. I don't like to buy close to all-time high, even though Solana is doing great. and the channel is up, pretty strong up at zero point 0.7. Ichimoku cloud is positive. MACD is still in a down mode, but that reflects the current correction that we see here. Some escalator is decreasing, and the Ichimoku cloud is stabilizing above the zero line, above the in the demand zone, basically in the buy zone. I think for the Sol, again, like for those of you who considering to enter it in spite of the fact that the price is near all-time high, I think it's a strong project. I would not expect. I mean, the rebound seems to be pretty strong here. I wouldn't expect if the market continues to normalize like what we saw today, we might see the at least if not aggressive, but at least some type of growth and some type of energy coming back into the market. So there might be a good place to open at least like a partial position on Solana if you're looking into it, and then wait and see what the price does, and then you could always add, because you're not going to miss out on a lot if you add around 250 or 260 when the breakout is more confirmed. Alternatively, if the price decreases and goes to $200 range, because that's where I am kind of looking at. Like I would be definitely interested at like at around like those levels, at around like between 160 and 200. So you could just add to your position another 25%, another 25%, while the price going down or while it's returning back up. So that's a regular strategy that we use. We basically on like those more like longer term plays, we use down cost average strategy to basically try to take advantage of the market moves, no matter if the market moves up or down, especially on the down moves. That allows to hedge the risk of entering too early, and allows to basically decrease the cost of entrance. So on Sol, if you're considering to buy, I wouldn't do it more than 25%. And then you could add if it goes down, or also you could add if it breaks up. XRP, pretty similar picture, but even more elevated price, very small decrease, several legs of very significant growth, basically all the way from 0.5 just in November of 24 to $3. So for me, it's just too much. I mean, I could see it continue growing, but I just can't train myself to
There's
trade.
some people forecasting. Now, keep in mind, always do your own research. But there's some people forecasting that XRP could be one of the next cryptos that we see that go in the hundreds, then thousands. It's interesting. And,
They had a good news. We didn't decided not to put it on the list, but remember they had a good news when we were reviewing today that the CEO was saying that the lawsuit might be closed by the new regulation. BNB, same picture. Also trading at all-time highs, basically. Had a significant run. Bit more correction, similar to what we see on the Sol. A bit more correction from all-time highs where it went. A bit more negative picture on the Ichimoku cloud and on the regression channel. So, but since it's that high, here the entries are a bit different. Basically, like here, like it doesn't make sense to wait for prices to recover, because when they recover, they might be already here and too late to enter again. So basically, here you just basically buy on those downs, and if you could get it, if it goes down to the bottom of it, you just get basically better entries. But also the same strategy, try to look for at least some type of local bottoms, like for example, like we have here appeared. So like those are not bad candles to enter on. And don't enter full position right away, just in case price continues to decrease. I think like a better entry is um, for BNB would be around 600 to 635 range. I don't expect it. I mean, if something crazy doesn't happen, I don't expect it to go down that low, but like it might go into that zone, like somewhere to like 580, but that would be a bit too extreme, I think. 590 to 635, let's say. One of my favorites, Algorand. Um, I'm going to work on more detailed analysis for each one of it, like more like investment grade analysis with like all the indicators that will look in complex, and like I'll try to make a presentation for our Friday recording. But for today, I'm just going to give you my analysis based on basically the price action and the indicators. I try to, when I go to altcoins, the majority of my altcoins are like top plays, because I believe I'm in that category of experts who believe that the altcoin run would definitely come at some point this cycle, but it's not going to touch all this crazy amount of coins that we got. I was like shocked with the statistics. 36 million coins. 1 million coin a
Jeez.
day, I think. Or a week. No, it was a week. 1 million coins a week hitting the market right now. It's just like, I don't understand. It's actually like it does look like bubble. I mean, and it's not good. Like when it's like that much, just not good, because air, like nothing. Like it can be good. Like there can be like so many ideas, and like it's not technology behind it. So like I
Yeah.
mean,
It's got to be something feasible. It makes sense.
but Algo have a huge potential of what, like almost 10x. Now at 37 cents, to just previous all-time high, it's still almost 10x potential. So that's what one of the important considerations in terms of investing into a specific product, and that's why I'm uh, heavily invested into Algo, one of my bigger positions. I like what I see here on the graph. Pretty good price action, pretty good dynamics in the up channel. The channel is pretty strong, zero point 0.8, which is like pretty strong regression indicator. We're basically consolidating. We've been consolidating here for quite a bit already. Breakout could be expected shortly. The front looking Ichimoku is already crossed into the positive zone, even though it's still trending down, but it's also already in a green zone, which is very good. Um, the entry signal for now is no entry, but that's because we're in the correction mode. As soon as we get around here, around red line, there will be an entry signal indicated by Ichimoku cloud. MACD already above zero, but again, for now we have a death cross, but it happened into the above zero zone, so it's not that bad, and we could expect again as soon as that correction finishes, we could expect the positive MACD achieved as well. And on away some escalator, we could so on the away some escalator, we could expect it to return and to see something similar to what we saw here, where it was like low, like trying, attempting, and then just bomb. So that what often happens on the Wasem. Ichimoku escalator now crossed below zero, but again, as soon as it crosses above, all indicators would most likely be perfectly aligned for entry. So for those of you who are interested in algo, definitely check it out. Not financial advice, but just telling you guys what I'm doing. Like as we promised, we're going to start a live portfolio together very soon, probably in the next couple of weeks, as soon as we figure out some marketing issues and get the channel and get like more followers and subscribers. We'll start live trading with you. But for now, just so you don't waste time, because the next leg up might be interested, you could definitely take a look on Algo, and we'll continue following it. So when I see the entry signal, I would let you know. But that at least definitely add it to your watch list. Again, price action luxalgo don't show the entry yet. According to the price action theory, the good entry is around 33 cents. That might be a good low to buy in. But it could be done in basically anywhere between 35 cents and 32 cents. Seems to be good entry points. If it goes below, then it's not likely to go below than like 28 to 25 zone. But again, a smart strategy, just don't rush up. If you're not sure, just open 20% position or 50% or 25% position or 30% position. Keep some fresh powder safe so you could add more on the correction. Let's look what else I want to show you today.
I wouldn't be mad if we looked at Doge.
Doge. We did it a couple of days ago, a couple of sessions ago. Let's see if anything changed on Doge. So nothing really. The ichimoku, I mean, the trend is still up. We are trending towards the low end of the red zone in accordance with linear regression. The trend is strong. The trend is still pretty strong due to that incredible move that we had after the election at 83, and this power have not been lost. I'm kind of afraid of that we can break higher from those levels, and we kind of like we're not breaking into new lows either, which is a good sign. Like we haven't like for basically for the last month, basically we haven't had new lows. But the fact that it's been a lot of pressure accumulated here, and since this is like descending trend within upper trend, I am afraid that it might be broken to the down, and that means 27 or potentially even 21. I don't think it would go to 21, but it already went from here to 26, which was completely unexpected for me, and like I didn't even had a chance to get anything in because it was so short. And honestly, I didn't even had allocation left because I was so convinced that it's going to go up from here, or even from here, that I allocated almost fully. No, like in that zone, I almost like fully allocated. And that was like mistake. But like I'm forced to increase allocation right now because if it goes down there again, I definitely want to average down on
Of
my
course.
position. Um, but 27 seems feasible. 27 to 28 seems feasible. And again, my strategy would be here to basically wait until it comes back to at least 36 zone. Let's see what luxalgo is showing us. Okay, so luxalgo also exited it. It had an attempt to take that run, but it exited here. I mean, it was like I wasn't following it very exactly because I was consolidating here and here. I wasn't waiting for that, so I was like fully allocated already on this position. Um, and in terms of other indicators, I mean, for now everything is in bearish mode. So Um, look, Doge is on my close look. If I see something changing, I'll let everyone know. But for now, I'm looking for 28 for Doge. 28 between 28 and even perhaps low into 25, 20. I don't think it will go down to 22, but like 25 might be in the game if there is some further market correction. But again, with Doge, if there will be an up run, I think, I mean, the moves are pretty aggressive, but I think you would be able to catch a chance to enter around 36 zone. 36 zone seemed to be like a first level of resistance. You see, like, or 41 zone in the worst case scenario. So around 36, 41, you will be able to catch that train. It wouldn't be just a straight move up. Um, so if I were you, I would wait, but what you do is exactly up to you. Okay, let's do the last one. We did Link yesterday, so let's do ICP. I like ICP a lot. I have a pretty big position on it. Again, I'll prepare all the data and I'll present it on Friday. More like quantitative outlook on it with all the analytics and comparisons. Not in a buy mode right now. All the indicators are basically bearish. Um, I would be looking for that trend line right here at least to be broken. Um, Basically, fast look on ICP, on luxalgo, uh, in sale since 13th January. Actually, pretty good sale point. Like what, like 20% up. Um, we don't see any support here. The support is below at around 6.8. And then we have more support at 6. Um, I wouldn't exactly agree. I think there is like some type of support at 7.8. It could find support at 7.8, but 7.8 might be definitely in the play. And the trend been pretty negative. But ICP moves very aggressively. It moves in those like big, crazy moves and then down and then crazy moves again. What I like, I forgot the long-term projections for Doge, but Dardon, what do you think? What's the long-term projection for Doge?
I'm man, with all the stuff I've been seeing, there's a lot of projections of $3 to $5 for this bull run, and
So at least what, like
it's current,
10x left,
yeah,
15x
another
left.
another 10-15x.
So the previous ICP high was very high. It was like 245. So here we have like what, like 30x opportunity. That's why I'm playing ICP. One of the big reasons for ICP is that tremendous growth potential. I'll tell you more about what they do on Friday and what the technology is when we do quantitative analysis. And I'm better prepared, but it's in demand. There is definitely a use case for what they do. It's definitely in demand. It's um, AI oriented. It have computing power, so it's like it's a good technology. It's backed up by technology. It's It's not just something like basic. It's not like it definitely have good team, good backend. So I'll tell you more about it. But definitely add it to your watch list at least. Consider opening a small position because that might be it for it. Like around 7 to 8. That might be like the last demand zone. If you're a bit more conservative, wait for that trend line to be broken and you will be entering around 10. At that point, most of the indicators most likely will be indicating the entries as well. Uh, but I'll definitely come back to it, and if anything changes, I'll keep you guys posted. So far, so good. The expected volatility it didn't show. Everything kind of goes as predicted. I think we could expect prior quite stable and quite like slow end of the week because of how the week
Yeah.
started. That might have been the ETH for that week. I don't think there's any significant news left either. I really didn't look forward, but like I think there might be like a pretty quiet end of week for us. So take this time, guys, to look at what we showed to you already. See if you guys are ready, if you have accounts ready and everything. We'll be doing some probably a basic education on that as well. We should
Oh
probably
yeah.
incorporate it into the program for in the next shows. Let us know what you want to know. Let us know how we could help you to get more involved. And we look forward to see you around and ask questions.
Thanks again for being part of episode 5 with our Quant Crypto. Today we ended up going through quite a bit. Make sure to tune in for episode 6. Make sure to also give a follow, like, and share. Thanks again, guys.